Still climbing the side of the mountain. It's taking a really long time. Headed towards a bridge, which is pretty cool. And hopefully we'll get some good views, because it better be worth it. Let me tell you, what a day. It's just begun.
Yep.
We, put it simply, messed up. Didn't get to the airport quite on time.
Which is the first time I've ever missed a flight in my life. And we scheduled it so we would be here like 2.5 hours before the flight. But there was like 3 accidents.
We got to the airport, got to security, went to go scan our boarding pass, and it wasn't working. So we went to go talk to a representative, and
It took him about 5-10 minutes to figure out the problem, and then he said by that point we had missed the leeway time to get through security by about 2 minutes, which was way longer than we spent talking to him. So it's a little frustrating, but we ended up being able to rebook our flight,
thankfully,
for a later day with full refund. So it is, somebody's looking down on us right now.
so from here, we kind of just play the waiting game. We were able to reschedule to, about 4 hours later. We're both exhausted, but thankfully we were able to get some very nice seats in this lounge and get some food.
Well, things are starting to look up a little bit. We found a little birthday surprise. I didn't even know this was here. Well, we made it through airport security and passport agency and everything. It was good to go, no problems at all, so that was really good. Jordan's now frantically looking up hotels in the area because we decided not to buy anything ahead of time in case something did go wrong. We'll keep you updated. It's gonna be fun.
So current time is
Almost 2.
almost 2. Waiting on an Uber to take us into city center. We're gonna try and make the most of it because it's very rainy and cold, and it's already 2 o'clock. So we have not had lunch. So we're gonna see what places offer lunch.
We were trying to do research all morning to figure out what we wanted to do, and after a while we were just like, let's just go and figure it out. So even with our late start for the day, we still did a pretty good job seeing everything. We ended up going to like the town center of Munich, and we got some good food, and there was like a huge market that we got to explore. And now we're kind of making our way to what's called the English Gardens. However, we think that it's going to be closed, so we'll see. If not, then we'll just grab some dinner and then probably head back to the hotel so we can get an early start for the tomorrow, because we are going to
Very special place, very magical place. Turns out, the park wasn't closed, but then the sun set and it started raining. Wasn't great, so we're going to get some food.
the guy next to us, the American, he was like, oh bro, there's a gym here. And then he pulled out his Pokemon Go app. And he's like, everybody wants to play. They're just denying their inner child. After all the headache and the missed flights and the confusion and the language barrier, it was totally worth it to see that castle.
It was pretty cool.
It was awesome. After we left the castle last night, we took a train back towards the hotel, kind of. It was like 3.5 hours on the train. It took a lot longer to get back than it did to get there. And by the time we got back, everything was all dark. We just tried to find food. The only place that was open that late was McDonald's. So we got a little bit of German Mickey D's.
And then we ended up walking back to the hotel really late at night. We kind of crashed, got ready for the morning, checked out. We discovered that the train is much
Cheaper.
Just cheaper, better, smoother. So we made it to the 9:20 train all the way to the airport at about 10:38. Now we're just kind of waiting. Better to get here early compared to last time.
We're not trying to pull the same stunt on the way back. So to make the time last a little bit better, we got
mega pretzel. We're in the car. We are essentially home, and which is weird to say, by the way, that we're home in the United Kingdom, specifically England. But now that we're back, let me just say they were not prepared for our flight.
Holy cow.
We got in about 25 minutes early, according to the captain.
And thank goodness that we did.
So did like 5 other flights. And everybody had to go, or everybody that was arriving was going through customs. And they had about 4 booths open at the time. It was pretty bad. Luckily, with us being Americans, we can go through the electronic passport check, which, for those of you that don't know, you don't meet with anybody. It's just a little scanner that you place your passport and they just take your picture. That's it.
But when we say that the line was bad, we're not joking. Like, when we got off of the flight, we had to go up and around and then like through this little like trolley, I don't even know what to call it, like a little pathway. And then like that's what led into where you get your passport checked. But by the time that we made it up to the passport area, the line had looped all the way back down to the end of the terminal, like all the way back up and around and past where we were at, going the other direction. It was crazy, and people were so upset, and the poor workers there just couldn't do anything. They were just trying to be polite and try and direct people where to go. And yeah, I can't imagine. We got really lucky that we got in when we did.
Yeah. Once we got through passport check, it was pretty easy. We brought carry-on luggage, so just kind of made our way out. We found the bus, took us to the parking garage.
But first, we got coffee.
Oh yes, we got coffee. And now that we're back, we're gonna make our way home. Maybe grab a bite to eat. We'll see.
Well, and since we're in London, you guys know what's coming.
Two of Europe's biggest countries are tonight going back into lockdown, struggling to keep a lid on COVID-19. France and Germany announcing strict new measures as their health systems near capacity.